Alright, y'all, we back with another one. This is Tom, the biggest music industry screw job ever. I can't believe they're doing this to us. So he, talking about the music industry, and we gonna get into it and check it out, see what he got to say. So on that note, I know he finna talk, so I want to hear what he got to say, cause I know he finna be like stating some facts. And on that note, let's go and get into it.
Hi guys. Alright, I'm going to tell you a little story. And I'm going to tell you right now, it does not have a happy ending. And this story is called The Biggest Music Industry Screw Job Ever. Newsflash, there's a lot of independent artists who don't like me, but I hope you guys can see past the hate boner that you have for me and see how valuable this is and how important it is to independent artists everywhere. And you know what? It's not just independent artists, it's major label artists too. Look what Kanye West just did. Kanye just completely bailed on the music industry and released his new album on an MP3 player. What?
Oh man, I heard about that. Yeah, he doing his own thing. So shout out to Kanye for doing his own thing. The music people been trying to stop him, but he's speaking facts in his own. If you actually listen to Kanye music, which I have, these past couple weeks, I have been listening to Kanye music, and if you just listen to the verses he's saying in there, I like this song that's featuring Jay-Z, Jail. It's called Jail. And in the beginning, he said, I have priors. We all liars. We all liars. We all lie. We all lie. Sometimes it be, to save others, from the truth and hurting their feelings in there. But in some type of way, every single day is somebody lying in this world. And that's facts. That's facts. Like lately I've been listening to his music and that's why the music industry trying to silence Kanye. Like straight up, he talking too much. They done the same thing with Tupac. He got to talking too much in his songs, in his interviews, but he was speaking facts. That was going on in the world back then, and it's still going on today. It's repeating. It's the cycle repeating. What Tupac said was going on back then, it's repeating. It's repeating all that killing and this and that and riots and stuff and everybody dying back then. It's just the cycle repeating. And Tupac said there ain't nothing gonna change. Ain't nothing gonna change. That song changed by Tupac. He said it. 2 shots in the dark. Now who he's dead. I don't know who the fuck that was. But that you listen to that, let me break it down to you. You listen to that whole song Change by Tupac. He's saying a lot. He's saying a lot. He's saying a lot. And in one of his songs he said, can't feed the poor. Can't feed the poor. Something about going to war. I just seen the meme of that on Facebook, but it was a quote that Tupac said in that song Change. And that is how this world is. I'm telling y'all. Like, man, we screwed. And I ain't trying to, just trying to make it, but we is screwed. Literally. Like, all I just want to see is my nephews and nieces grow up. I feel like, even though I'm still young, I'm just 29, but I feel like I done lived, y'all. It's been so much thing going on these past 2 years. It's like, you know what I'm saying? I'm just hanging on by needle and thread for my nephews and nieces. It's like, you know what I'm saying? Because I don't see no change in this world. The moment we think it's gonna be a change, then there when shit hit the fan, and it get worse, and worse. You don't see nothing getting better. You don't see no changes lately. Mm-mm. It's crazy.
Kanye's just now doing with his album on his MP3 player is what I've been doing with physical CDs for 4 years. Completely cutting out the music industry.
And yep, he had been doing that. He got his own website where he's selling CDs, so he been doing his independent thing, like straight up. Y'all know Tom, Adam, Struggle, all them is independent artists.
Being a disruptor. Anyway, I just had to say that. I've been screwed the industry before Kanye was. And we sold more physical copies of the Brave album than Kanye did of the STEM player, but whatever. Who's counting, right? I'll tell you exactly who's counting. Not the data collection company that reports the numbers to Billboard. Okay, here we go. Despite our best efforts, unlike everybody else, the physical copies of our new album, The Brave, will not be counted towards the Billboard charts. Now, it's important that you know that this is not a problem directly with Billboard. Billboard's always been really cool to us, actually. But here's something y'all probably didn't know. Billboard does not collect their own data for the Billboard charts. There's a data collection company that counts all of the downloads, the streams, the views, and the data collection company takes those numbers, gives them to Billboard, and Billboard makes their charts. My issue is with the data collection company. So over a period of 2 weeks, we exchanged 43 emails with this data collection company. And despite us being ready, willing, and able to give them all of the information that they wanted, they essentially just didn't believe us about our physical album sales. So we got excluded from the charts. Now you guys aren't gonna believe this, trust me. I'll start from the beginning. I've never done a digital album before, and Adam has only done digital albums. So we compromised and decided to do both. And when I brought this idea to Nova, she realized that this would be the perfect time for us to report our physical sales to Billboard for the first time. And after a little research, we realized that if we combined our digital sales with our physical sales, it would practically guarantee us the #1 spot on the album charts on Billboard. Independently. Look, we all got really excited. We honestly couldn't believe it. But numbers don't lie. And we realized that we had an opportunity to deal a massive blow to the music industry by outperforming major label artists on a chart that was specifically designed for them. So we rescheduled our entire release around this idea. We were gonna drop our digital album and our physical album at the same time, so all of the numbers would be accounted for simultaneously, and we topped the chart. Independently. But little did we know what was up ahead. Step 1, Nova starts reaching out to the data collection company to get us set up as reporters so that they can account for our numbers. Now there's this massive list of different rules and regulations that you have to abide by if you want them to count your physical sales. So we make sure we got the most up-to-date rules and regulations. We read all of them and we follow them. I mean, look at the back of your Brave CD. You see this little UPC code? It's not on any of my other albums. It's only there because it's one of their requirements. Anyway, because of the strict rules surrounding albums and merch packs and what you can bundle together and how it has to be packaged and blah, 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 we initially decided to not do merch packs, and we decided to save our silver and gold album covers for a different project down the line. We made all the sacrifices that we were required to make to have our physical albums accounted for on the Billboard charts, as per their own guidelines. Fine, no problem. We clarify with them that we're taking the right steps, they confirm that we are, and we move forward. All systems go. Now this is where things entirely fall apart. To keep this video short, not 3 hours long, I'm not going to read you all 43 emails. I'll show you the pieces of the emails that are most important, and I'll do my absolute best to give you an accurate Reader's Digest of this entire scenario. Look, I'm going to give you as much context as humanly possible, and I'm going to be 100% transparent about all of this. Let's dive into these emails. And let me add, I had to constantly follow up with these people on a daily basis to get any response at all. And when they did respond, I'd get like 1 or 2 lines of text. Many times just offhandedly dismissing us or completely failing to acknowledge any of our questions or concerns. To register as a reporter, they essentially want to vet your website. They want to know what kind of sales you've done in the past year and what kind of sales you expect to be reporting with this upcoming release. So we answer the question with how many albums we sold last year, how many we expect to sell this year, and we give them screenshots of everything that we've done for the past 12 months. We also ask what the reporting process is like and how sales are actually reported, because our album released in a month at that point and we had to be diligent about getting this done in a timely fashion. They told us, and I quote, "We have plenty of time to get you set up for reporting since the release is not until next month. I'm still not done with the website vetting, but we will get back to you when that is complete." Also, please only include direct-to-consumer from the website and leave out any other sales from vendors/providers. So we send more screenshots from the back end of our website that shows the total sales from last year. We also tell them that we do not work with any vendors or providers. We do everything ourselves, completely independently. So everything is from our hands to their hands. 2 days later, they finally respond with this. I'm not certain of the album sales you have quoted to us, as they are not meeting what we would expect based on the data we have from major providers at this time, including sales and streaming. Can you provide the name of your distributor? We distribute independently through TuneCore. So we tell them that. We also tell them that if they're trying to authenticate physical sales through data acquired from digital platforms, they're going to get a very distorted picture of what's actually going on here. I explain that only a very small percentage of my music goes to these digital streaming platforms. The only songs that go to these digital streaming platforms are the songs that I release on YouTube with music videos. I explain that I release 2 or 3 physical albums every year. I explain that that's around 50 songs. I explain that only a very small number of those 50 physical songs ever end up digitally available on the internet. So how could the digital data reflect my physical sales when the digital data only represents a very small portion of my physical music? I'll answer that question. It can't. And since we feel like they just called us liars, we offer them back-end access to our store so that they can verify the numbers themselves directly. We would completely remove ourselves from the situation so that they can see what we can see.
Okay, now I see where you're going with this, but that's crazy. I guess that's how Billboard is. And that's crazy. You know, listen to what he got to say so far. Only artists with labels can get on the Billboard. If you independent, they ain't gonna believe nothing you got to say, this and that. If you sign to a label, you'll get there fast on Billboard than just being independent. If you sign to a label, you'll get there in a snap of a finger. That's just how they work, you know what I'm saying? It's crazy. Cause like I say, you know, Tom music should be on there. Tom music should be playing on radio too, but you know what I'm saying? They knock the independent artists down because they independent. And like what I say with these people that's up there, and you know what I'm saying, they getting paid to do this and that. Like, they only pay attention to the people that signed to the label. I'm just being real with you. That's just how they is. It's crazy.
So that there's no chance the numbers could be defrauded or tampered with in any way. I just gotta say, that is unprecedented access and transparency. It's actually very dangerous for us to be even giving out that kind of access. But we wanted to be on the Billboard charts. We wanted to play with the big boys. We wanted to prove to the world that independent artists are just as impactful, just as powerful, and just as worthy of industry recognition as the major label artists are. So at this point, since we feel like they just called us liars, we start CCing anyone that we work with in any capacity who could possibly help verify these numbers to the data collection company. We ended up having like 4 or 5 people on this email thread. One of them being my friend and the owner of the warehouse who has manufactured my CDs from the very beginning of my career. He sees every single order that comes in. He's actually the guy that sends you guys your t-shirts. He replies in this email thread, and I quote, "I can verify and prove all of the information provided below. Let me know how I can assist." No reply. Our other industry friends start questioning them at this point. They start asking the data collection company, do you guys even have a mechanism or a process to account for a truly independent artist's numbers? Does that even exist? They inform us that they do in fact have the process in place. We ask what that process is. They refuse to give us the information, but they tell us that they'd be happy to once their questions about my past sales have been answered. We tell them that we're unsure of what questions they're asking. They ask us to confirm the number of physical albums that were officially accepted by a publishing company. Our friend explains in the email that Nova and I, independently, totally on our own, distribute our physical sales to the people. There is no publishing company accounting for physical sales. They still don't get it. they miserably fail to understand that our business is truly independent. So we once again explain how our business model works. A grassroots operation, totally outside of the music industry. We explain that we've packed over 200,000 albums with our own hands. We send pictures of us over the years, packing albums, labeling albums, and dropping them off at the post office. We tell them that if the numbers seem unbelievable, it's because they are unbelievable. I get it. It is unbelievable that a kid and his girlfriend have managed to do something as large as we're doing it, completely independent of the music industry. I get it. It's unbelievable. But you're a data collection company and we're giving you the proof, so believe it because it's true. We again explain that the information she wants is the information we have and us alone. And we're trying to give it to her. We're trying to give it to her. At this point, I've had absolutely enough. Nova has been the person emailing back and forth with them, and I've just been kind of watching from a distance. Now, Nova wants this so bad for us that it's literally all that she's thinking about. She's waiting at her computer all day, just hoping that she's gonna get a reply from them. And then when their offices close at 8 p.m., she just goes to bed, totally defeated. I saw a lot of tears that week, a lot of them. And with both of us feeling super frustrated and totally defeated, I would finally step in. When I start personally sending emails, it gets ugly. Here's how that went. I informed the data collection company that I have a massive 6-week campaign for the Brave album, complete with promotional materials, music videos, marketing, blah, 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 blah. A plan that it took me weeks to come up with, I might add. A plan that I annoyed the hell out of Adam with because I was insistent that it had to go exactly the way that I wanted it to go. Anyway, I tell them that I'm gonna have to reconfigure this entire 6-week plan if I can't get a clear answer from them on if we can record our physical albums or how we do it or what the hell's going on. Sidebar, you gotta understand, this whole mess is ultimately why we ended up moving the digital release from February 18th to March 4th. You guys remember when that happened? We had to order a ton more CDs. We had to scramble to create merch packs that we weren't initially going to do because we weren't allowed to bundle merch with albums according to their guidelines. We had to go into overdrive and try and salvage a 6-week campaign. That got screwed up because we were waiting for them to accept our numbers. Anyways, I tell these guys that I need a clear answer so I can move forward. No response to that email. I follow up again, and they reply to me, and I quote, "Hi Tom and all. I've been reviewing the site, the data we have from streaming for past releases, socials, and comparable sales from similar genres during this vetting period. It doesn't support the sales you have quoted earlier in this thread. Did any of these sales happen to be null orders out to fan clubs, other retailers, etc.? I'm still trying to understand the provided data to explain the abnormally high numbers before we can allow you to report." Again, in my eyes, telling us that they don't believe us. So I immediately...
Him and Nova trying hard, boy. I would have been like, fuck that. I would have been like, They really trying though. Like he said, Nova even cried, cause she just wanted to get her music on there and on billboards, and that's understandable. But they studied, pretty much showing that they don't believe him, man. That's just
respond with a nuclear bomb of an email. And it goes like this. You continually ask the same questions, we continually answer them. We have been painfully transparent with you, and still you make absolutely no movement. If you won't sign into the back end of our store, which we've offered you access to verify the sales yourself, and you won't take the endorsement from anyone else that's involved in our very small and obviously extremely successful business, it seems as though there's nothing else we can do here. Your job is to collect and report data to Billboard, a chart that I would assume takes pride in presenting an accurate portrayal of the sales landscape in regards to the music business. And for some reason, you are preventing adequate data collection and accurate reporting. If you can't figure out how to verify a truly independent artist's sales, go talk to someone who does. If you don't have the mechanism, you should all be embarrassed of yourselves. I've likened this entire situation to waiting outside a treehouse while you block the door. You are preventing us from hanging out with the cool kids for a reason that you can't seem to provide. We're asking you what we can possibly do to get in, and you can't seem to articulate a conclusive answer. We just keep running in circles. Please help or put us in contact with someone who can. Your unwillingness to make any progress has gone on long enough and already forced me to adjust an extremely important release campaign multiple times. Every song I release hits #1 on iTunes. Most of them hit #1 on multiple Billboard charts. My YouTube, where I post my music videos, has 3 million subscribers. I have music videos with 30 million actual views. I've been on Fox News and an endless amount of other acclaimed platforms. What part of this is unbelievable to you? I shouldn't have to explain independent musicianship and the marketing thereof to someone who's apparently responsible for collecting the results of said marketing. Figure it out. It would be great to get a prompt response. Tom. I hit send. Ready for it to get even crazier? I didn't ever hear back from that email. One of my music industry friends who's CC'd on the email senses my frustration and he decides to weigh in and try and help out. He adds, just to help if possible, Tom's videos released on YouTube have gathered over 100 million views in 2021 alone. We help collect the publishing income generated from those views, and we can confirm over 100 million views from his videos in 2021 alone. They didn't respond to that email either. I followed up for the next 2 days. No responses. This is almost 50 emails in a 2-week span and absolutely no progress at all. I follow up multiple times. Nothing. I find out who the higher ups are. I email them. Nothing. I follow up. Nothing. Then I find out that me and Nova have been removed from this email thread entirely. My friend tells us that he's received an email from someone within the data collection company. We were told that they were trying to set up a phone call and that we were to have no further communication with the people that we had been dealing with previously. According to this new person, all further communications were to go through him. So my friend and the data company set up a time to get on the phone and talk about it. And they didn't ever answer that call. And we called more than once. Like, do you guys see what is happening here? Our physical album sales, combined with our digital album sales, would have practically guaranteed us a #1 spot on the Billboard album charts, independently. Now look, I know a lot of independent artists out there, they don't like me. And that's fine, I don't need more friends. But look past that. It's not just my album. It's not just my career. It's your albums. It's your careers. It's your blood, sweat, tears, time, and
facts, especially if you're an independent artist. That's sad, man. That's crazy. I'm telling you, they only look at people that sign to their label. And they didn't believe Tom. He should just keep doing his independent thing and just keep doing it like that, because these Billboard charts, the BET, and getting played on the radio, they just do too much. They do too much. They want to pretty much own you to be able to get played on the radio, and to be able to get on billboards and BET awards and stuff like that. They pretty much want to own you. If you want to get on they, on they stuff, they gotta own you, at least half of you. And I wouldn't do that. I just stay doing my thing. You know what I'm saying? For real, straight up.
energy and money that they are refusing to acknowledge on the industry charts. Look, all musicians, whether you want to admit it or not, we all at some point in time have used the Billboard charts as a measuring stick for our own personal successes. It's the most acclaimed music chart in the entire world, and it's supposed to represent all of us accurately. It's supposed to be reliable. But if the data collection companies, in regards to independent artists, aren't competent in their collection and delivery of data, what do the charts even mean? Having your creation on the Billboard charts carries a degree of prestige with it. And I personally don't think it's appropriate to have the integrity of the charts in the hands of a data collection company who won't even tell an independent artist how to prove their sales are legitimate and our numbers are worthy of competing in the mainstream arena. Musicians, show this to your friends. Show this to your family. Show this to other musicians. Shining a light on these things could force a total overhaul within the industry of how they deal with
Yeah, it could. People, other independent artists look at them and be like, damn, so this is what Billboard's doing? Yep. Fucking you over. Or looking over you. You know what I'm saying? They pick and choose who they want. I'm just being real. They pick and choose who they want. Straight up.
Independent artists in regards to charting. In general, the music industry is archaic, inefficient, and unfair. And it's about damn time it got renovated. If you're a musician, I know you care about your art. If you're a fan, I know you care about your favorite artist. Stand up for them. Stand up for yourselves. You know, it's not just like a clever catchphrase. It truly is us against them. And we might never win the fight, but I'm damn sure showing up for it. Our new album...
Yeah. At least he's showing up for it. If he don't win, at least he showed up to it. Other independent artists wouldn't go this far, like how Tom doing. At least he trying to fight to, you know, at least get put on there. But they ain't going for it because, like I said earlier, they pick and choose. Just like with the BET Awards and other awards that they want artists to be there, they pick and choose. You know what I'm saying? Why you think Kanye West put his stuff on the MP3 player and said, damn the music industry? You know what I'm saying? He pretty much said, fuck the music industry. He doing his own thing. Like, straight up.
The Brave is out now, and the only way that we're going to be able to compete with these guys, because they've excluded our physical copies, is if you guys go to iTunes or go to Amazon and download the digital copy of our new album, The Brave. We need everybody to take action. This is like a tiny snowball rolling down the hill right now, and if we all take action, we could turn that snowball into a frickin' avalanche. And look, this is the absolute last time I'm doing things this way. But I'll tell you this much, I'm gonna leave a hell of a mark on my way out. I love y'all so much. As always, screw the music industry. It's Hangover Gang forever. I love y'all. Peace.
Hey, straight up. That's crazy how they done Tom, man. How they done Noah. You know what I'm saying? Crazy. But y'all let me know what y'all think in the comments. Give it a like. Subscribe to the channel. And on that note, y'all already know. You can catch me in the next video. I'm out.